What's up, everybody? So, I have not done this for a long time, but today we're going to talk to you a little bit about the Plow Jeep. So, we're going to go get in the Plow Jeep. We're going to basically wash it. We're going to, well, I had it washed, but then I went out like one time, and honestly, I've been slacking. I should have sprayed it off, but I only went out to check on some properties. But I still went and drove it in the snow. So there was a little salt on the roads. I need to do better, but we're going to wash it. And we're gonna put the plow away, and we're gonna take the salt spreader off, and we're going to basically get this thing ready for some summertime stuff with Scatterdad. Now, here in the future, I may end up buying another Jeep and putting a plow on it. Well, I gotta move the garbage can because it was blowing over. But we're gonna do some stuff with this Jeep this summer. We may go places with the other Jeep and just have some fun. We're gonna use it, and if I need to buy another Plow Jeep here in the future, I'm gonna buy one. Because I love this thing. It's freaking awesome. Maybe in the future I'll buy a 392 Jeep, use it for plowing. So I gotta be careful because I got a bunch of salt stuff that we didn't use. It's not salt, it's ice melt for sidewalks, but I got a buttload that we didn't use. You can kind of see it all up there piled up against my garage. But that's the name of the game. I do pretty good with some of this stuff. So as far as the Plow Jeep goes, basically the reason why I wanted to give an update was because at first everybody tells me, oh, why do you have a Jeep to plow with? Jeeps suck, blah 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 blah. Well, honestly, this is my 5th year plowing with the Jeep. Granted, we didn't have a ton of snow this year. Last year was a record year. It got its use. But the only things, and this wasn't necessarily from plowing, but the only issues I've ever really had with the Plow Jeep was my heater. Like, my heater sucks. The suspension still doing pretty good. The only thing suspension-wise that I would say sucks, or actually I'm gonna center this a little better. I haven't touched the suspension. It's got the lift, it's got the bigger tires, but other than that, I haven't done anything. And by anything, I mean, I haven't touched it. The only other thing that's really happened was the heater core. It wasn't the heater core. I did blow a hole in the radiator, but I think it was because of my head gaskets, because we went through this whole bunch of trial and error to figure out why my heater would work. Sometimes it wouldn't work. Sometimes it would only work on the driver's side, and like the defrost, the passenger side, completely cold, like crazy. So did a bunch of research, all this thing, people, so many solutions. But basically what it came down to was I had a blown head gasket. And that blown head gasket, normally when I've had a blown head gasket, it's been, yeah, the oil or the antifreeze got into the oil, so I'd be burning white smoke, right? Just no power. It would heat up super quick. But I didn't have any of that. Like, I had some issues with it heating up, but then it would drop again. And then the one day I sat here, it heated up. I revved it up just a little bit to see if it was my water pump, maybe get the water pump spinning more. That wasn't the case, but it did cool back down. So my mechanic, when I first told him, he's like, oh yeah, hey, I think it's your head gasket. But me, I've never had, when the head gasket's when it's blown, it's always been that way, where the antifreeze gets into the oil and I'm blowing white smoke and it's overheating. But that was not the case. It ran fine. It literally ran fine. No smoke, no oil in the actual antifreeze, but apparently something with the exhaust portion of it, it was getting back into the antifreeze and like the radiator. So every now and then I'd go and I'd let the pressure out of the radiator and I'd like have heat again. Like one morning I had zero heat, like zero for a few hours. Went up, cracked the lid on the radiator, let a bunch of air out. I had heat all day long. Perfect heat, really good heat. Long story short, this Plow Jeep has been amazing. That's right, amazing. It's made me some good money. And yeah, so we're gonna get sprayed off. But I just wanted to give you guys an update on the Plow Jeep is still running strong. Way strong. It's made me a lot of money. Just as much money as my truck. But the majority of my properties that I do, they're tiny. So I've had other people, when I'm trying to get in there with these big trucks, it sucks. I hate it. And I'll even send another guy to go do those, and they don't like it. So I actually have been really blessed with the fact that my dad bought a Jeep, and he helps me. And with the two Jeeps, man, we just bust stuff out. So anyways, if anyone's ever been thinking of buying a Jeep to plow with, this one might not be good because it's got a way soft suspension. But that one, it's just lifted. I'd say if you put some airbags in the front, if I put some airbags in the front of this, like if I could just get them in and out each time I plowed, dude, I'd totally use that. But anyways, I hope everyone has a good day. Stay tuned because we're going to have some more content coming with the Suburban. The Suburban is at the mechanics, a different mechanic. Nothing wrong with my mechanic, but this one is basically, I basically took it to a transmission shop because it had problems with the transmission. So I wanted to see specifically what was causing the issues with the transmission, and hopefully just get it built to where it's bigger, better, and badder, so we can continue to go play. So anyways, have fun, stay tuned, more videos coming. Smile every day.
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays. Wait